Ashwood was the kind of small town that rarely made headlines. Surrounded by farmland and thick forests, it had one main street, a handful of family-run shops, and a diner that had been serving pancakes and coffee since the 1950s. For locals, the Ashwood Diner was a gathering place where everyone knew the waitresses by name and the night shift cook told stories no one believed. But in the summer of 2002, that diner became the center of a mystery that has never been solved. It started on July 8th, just after midnight. A group of 4 college students traveling cross-country stopped at the diner on their way to Chicago. They were tired, hungry, and looking for a cheap meal. According to staff who later gave statements, the group sat in a booth near the window, laughing and joking as they ordered burgers and fries. Nothing seemed unusual until one of them, a young woman named Melissa, received a phone call. Witnesses described how her expression changed as soon as she answered. The laughter stopped, her face went pale, and she whispered in a tone that silenced her friends. She left the booth, phone pressed to her ear, and walked outside into the parking lot. That was the last time anyone saw her. Her friends assumed she was taking a private call, but after 20 minutes, she hadn't returned. They stepped outside, calling her name, only to find the parking lot empty. Melissa's phone was later discovered lying on the gravel near the back of the diner, screen cracked, battery still warm. The last number dialed was restricted, impossible to trace. Police scoured the area. Dogs were brought in, and they caught her scent leading into the woods behind the diner, but only for about 50 yards before it abruptly ended, as if she had vanished into thin air. No footprints, no torn clothing, no signs of struggle. The search extended for miles, but there was no trace of her. Her friends were interrogated for days. The staff at the diner were questioned repeatedly. Nothing linked anyone to her disappearance. The security camera mounted at the gas station across the road captured Melissa stepping outside with her phone, but after that, the footage turned into static. Investigators couldn't explain it. Every other minute of the tape was clear except the one where Melissa should have been walking out of frame. Weeks later, more unsettling details surfaced. Several other women from nearby towns reported receiving strange calls around the same time Melissa vanished. Each described the same thing, a voice that sounded like someone they knew, sometimes a parent, sometimes a sibling, sometimes a friend, but when they tried calling back, the number was always restricted. These reports were dismissed as unrelated until a chilling pattern emerged. One of those women also disappeared 3 months later. Her car was found abandoned on the side of the highway, door wide open, engine still running. Melissa's parents refused to give up. They kept her case alive in the media, pleading for answers. Her mother even appeared on national television, describing the night she too received a call. The voice on the line said only 4 words: "I'll bring her home." The call cut off before police could trace it. Forensic experts analyzed the phone Melissa left behind. Hidden in its call log was a fragment of audio from the last call. It was faint, distorted, but recognizable. A voice whispered, almost overlapping itself, like 2 people speaking at once. Some heard, "Don't follow me." Others claimed it said, "They already know." The diner itself became a strange landmark. True crime enthusiasts and curious travelers began stopping there, sitting in the same booth Melissa had sat in, asking the staff to retell the story. Some swore that when they stepped outside to the same parking lot, their phones would glitch, calls dropping, screens freezing, batteries draining instantly. A few even claim they received phantom calls from restricted numbers, only to hear silence when they answered. To this day, Melissa's disappearance remains unsolved. No remains were ever found, no ransom note ever appeared, and no credible suspect was identified. Her case file is still open, stacked with dead ends, false leads, and unexplained phenomena. The last entry in the police report is perhaps the most unsettling detail. 6 months after her disappearance at 317 Amam, the Ashwood police station received a 911 call. The dispatcher recorded it automatically. The line was full of static, but through the distortion, a faint voice can be heard. After expert cleaning, the words became chillingly clear. "This is Melissa. I can't come back." No one has ever explained how her voice ended up on that tape or where the call came from. The trace led nowhere. And so the story of Melissa and the Ashwood Diner lingers, a wound left open in the memory of a quiet town. Every year on the anniversary of her disappearance, her friends and family return to the diner, lighting candles in the booth by the window, waiting for answers that never come. Some believe she was taken, others insist she ran, and a few whisper about something for a stranger, that the call itself was the doorway to whatever took her. No matter the theory, one truth remains. When the phone rings in Ashwood after midnight, no one dares to answer.